Okay, I'm live. Look at how, look at my background, how barren. The whole wall is, look at here. I took all my command strips down since all my shelves fell down, and this one pulled everything right off the wall. But I just recycled a couple of the command strips. So let's watch if this falls down during the video. And it was just too boring behind me. It's dark and dingy, and so I thought I needed to put something up there today just to, yeah, till I figure out what I'm doing back there. Anyway, welcome. It is Wednesday night, Juneteenth. Oh, listen to my cat. I shut the door and she's just, hang on. She's not going to stop. Oh my God. There you go. There you go. Now you can get out. It's just because the door is shut all the way. She doesn't want to go out. She just knows she can't because the door's shut. But it was so, Mike's watching the news on his computer and it was pretty loud. So I closed it. So the bot things don't hear me. So anyway, back to today is Wednesday, and I've got two fun cards to show you that I created for the Creativity Now that's coming up this weekend. I'm not sure how many demos are watching, but if you signed up for it, it should be, I think it lasts about 4 hours. I gotta figure that out. I haven't found, Patty was asking me when it ended, and I didn't see anything that said what time it ended. But anyway, I got all the projects cut that Stampin' Up gave us the dimensions for, and then I created 2 more projects just so the girls have a little something extra to use their Winterly Treetops stamp set for. I keep calling it wintry, but it's Winterly, L-Y. So that's it. I'm going to show you those, and I'm got my newsletter out right before this. I've had it ready since this morning and never sent it. So I got that out. You guys will see when you read it that I had a horrible back issue for a couple days. Not sure what the heck was going on. But lo and behold, it's almost as if nothing ever happened. Yeah, so let's see what else we got. Anything good from Stampin' Up? Just still our sale, 10% off the stamp and die bundles. Unfortunately, many of the popular ones I think are selling out. I'm hearing some grumblings. I didn't look to see. I know that the wildflower one is the one I used last week. That one is out, and I don't think it's going to make it back in time for the sale, but there's still plenty of good stuff to choose from if you are interested. Or the best part about it is the 10% off of the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines, the small one and the big one, which is a really good deal that doesn't really go on sale a lot. And I'm going to say that might be it. Hey, Christy, I'm going to say that might be it for now. I'm going to turn my camera down and get going with the cards. I did a lot of it as usual ahead of time, so I'm not exactly positive that it's going to take up very long. Let's see, go here. Out of the way. All right, put that over here. I think we hit in the 90s today. I did not look to see how hot it got, but I'm pretty sure we hit up into the 90s again today, and it's just a little too hot for me. I don't like it this hot, especially this early in the game. Oh, I was going to show you guys. I've been working on today. Let's see if I can get it. My friend I'm helping, I told you guys, next week I'll be a little bit later with my Christmas video, my Wednesday night video, maybe my newsletter, because I'm helping my friend with the crafts at the Vacation Bible School, and she brought me over my shirt. So this is their theme for this year. And then she texted me and said, do you think you have time to make us some thank you cards for the Vacation Bible School volunteers? So this is what I've been doing today. It's a huge icky mess, but stay tuned for the card, what's to come. Let me make sure that you can see. Okay, yeah. I just been practicing. I got the bleed through white. I was testing some of the metallic squeezy stuff, metallic enamel gunk. I don't know right off the top of my head. I'm drawing a blank, but I mixed that and I dyed that with some re-inker just to check out some different colors. And so I got it figured out and I am smooth sailing now into the making of the cards. But I just wanted to show you this is my inspiration and this is kind of what I'm coming up with so far. Just a whole gobbledygook, lot of mess there. So stay tuned for a peek inside my mind right there. But let's get started with our card. Let me find the first one. I hear it falling on the floor. Everything is falling on. Oh, let me show you the suite first. Let me show you the suite. So we get in the pre-order, if you order the suite, you get the Wintry Treetops stamp set. It's not wintry. See, I did get winterly. Then there is a set of dies in the bundle, and this is this bird down here. But it also comes with one of these giant folders in the birch. It's a birch pattern. Let me show you. This birch pattern. And I brought over, I want to show you guys, when you get these giant ones, they fill up your whole platform. And then my experience, they've used the gray plate. So just be sure that you've got it all the way on your platform. And then you've positioned the gray plate over the top nicely. Don't let it hang off the edges. You don't want to ruin your folder, but that is, hey Bonnie, hey Julie. That is how I'm finding that they go together. They fit pretty much right on there. And even though it doesn't feel like a 3D embossing folder, let me see if it says it is. Oh yeah, it is 3D embossing folder. You need just the gray plate. And like I said, make sure you don't hang it off or whatever. You get it loaded on there. Good, not hanging out, not hanging off. And then you'll get a good image with it. But that's the birch folder that comes with it. And we're going to use that. It also, I got some natural tones linen threads. I don't know if you can see those with the glare. Looks like copper clay, Night of Navy, and garden green. Doesn't tell us on the front. But we got 3 of those colors. And the bundle or the suite also came with these gems, and they are called Earth Tones Shimmer Gems. And I always just think that this is what's inside, but usually if I look, there's one more color tucked up underneath there. It's just how, let's see. Oh, so kind of beige, that must be white. Garden green, shy shamrock maybe, earth tones. Does it tell us? Nope, doesn't tell us on this either. Just got to know they're earth tones. But they're pretty. They got a lot of glimmer and you can see it sparkling on the screen. Shimmery, shimmery. But yeah, it's a brownish, reddish color. Could be a, well, let me show you next. This is the packet of paper that comes. So you get these. Let me take this out of the mix here. Distracting. So you get these birds. And on the other side are some dots. Maybe supposed to be like snow falling. I'm not sure. Here we get some more birds. And on the back of that is a stripe. Julie's got to be loving all these birds. Julie's a birder. There's another pack of the birds. I'm assuming this one's going to cut out with the die. And on the back of that is a, what do you call a diamond pattern like that? It's got a name. It's not a harlequin, I don't think. But let's see. I'm not gonna get it back in there. We got that bird. Ooh, then we got some birch trees with little birdies on them. And on the back of that is kind of looks like dandelions. I'm not sure what they are, with little birdies on them. And we got one of these sheets, which is always nice because you can just cut it in half and then make yourself 6 cards out of this sheet. On the back of that is like little little bird. I'm gonna call them footprints, little birdie footprints. Then this page, I'll show you this big. Then this page, I think these are pussy willows. And then on the back is the birch pattern. Oh, Julie, that stinks. You should have, oh, you didn't sign up, so you couldn't pre-order. Yeah, that does stink. It's gonna be, I think, in the Christmas catalog, but if you need any little pieces and parts, let me know. I'll send you some cutouts or something if you need it. If you want to play around. But that's it for the paper. Let me get this out of the way. I just wanted to show you. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. This piece here. So that piece says, the back tells us all the colors that it matches with. Black, blueberry, cherry, coastal cabana, copper clay, plum cake, daffodil, garden green, granny apple green, gray granite, night of navy, pumpkin pie, real red, and shaded spruce. So I'm thinking that they've dumbed these down. See, because this, I think it is their copper clay. So it's like dumbed down to match that. I don't know what this could be garden green dumbed down a little bit. I'm assuming that's going to be white, and this must be like, oh, this is probably crumb cake dumbed down a little bit. And then this is probably just a white or the beige. But anyway, we don't need to spend any more time on that. Because if we're going to spend time on it, I'm going to have to make sure that this paper gets back in this plastic wrapper right. So I'm using that paper, and I'm also using, well, that was it. That's all from the suite, you guys. I got sidetracked. My mind's going in 100 different directions. Got to get to the projects, Jill, get to the project. But that's what's in the suite. So when time comes and you can order it, you'll know already what you want. But I'm using this paper also on my second card. And it is called Country Lace. It's basic beige, misty moonlight, petal pink, and smoky slate colors in it. And I won't show you all of the patterns, but it's so stripes and like this kind of pattern that you see here is on a bunch of the different papers. So that's it. I just want to show you this other paper that I'm using as well. It's very pretty. It's new in the catalog. Country Lace. I don't think it's an online exclusive. Pretty sure it's in the catalog. But my first card for you, where is it? Is right here. And I tried to design a couple cards for the girls. Oh, now you're gonna be home. Well, that stinks. Um, I tried to design a couple of cards that would give them options for things besides like a winterly scene. And so I've got everything here. I got so much black embossing powder on everything. It's just a fine coating of it all. So let me show you guys what we got. So I've got a 4¼ by 11" for my base. You can score it at 5½, or fold it in half. There we go. Then I cut that pussy willow piece at 2 inches. I believe I went 2 inches, 2 inches by 4 inches. And, you know, I went 4 inches so that I could get even cards. If I'd have went any more, the cards, I'd have had too much waste. So I needed to cut a bunch for the girls that are coming over, and didn't want all that waste. So then I'm just going to glue that down. And I should probably stop and just assess my situation here before I, yep, we're going to open like a book like that. Just make sure I got everything going. And then I have a 4½ by 3¼ inch piece of basic white that I ran through that birch folder. Can you see the only bummer, because it is big and I found it with that swirl one as well. I bought the swirly one that I don't remember what it's called, but it's just kind of a, like it swirled some paint together and it's that kind of look. Being that it's big, the pattern is a little bit further apart, but on a bigger piece of paper that wouldn't really matter. But on this one, you know, you see it, but you know, it could be better, could be cooler. So I'm going to glue this down. Just hook that up on there. And I tried to make it a little bit smaller so that maybe the pussy willow paper, I'm going to call that a pussy willow. If it's not, let me know what it is, guys. But I wanted that paper to kind of show, but I couldn't go too small because my bird and stuff had to be on there. So then I have a 2-inch square of crumb cake and black, and we're going to try, I glued a little tiny square die on there, not glued, I washi taped. And let's see if we can cut it out through both of them, because you know how I roll. I'm gonna see if that stays there. Let's get our other plate out. I'll go a couple times through and hope that this little guy's got enough pressure to go through both pieces at the same time. It's not. Oh, it did. Yay. Okay. We got both of them. All right. So let's pluck that out of there. Peel our washi tape off. Gently. Oh. And you can save the square. You've got a perfect square for something now. Then I have these two And I'm just going to, where I messed it up there, we're gonna cover it up there. So what I've done is I cheated. So I'm gonna lay this, let's see how we want it. We want to lay it down like that. So I'm gonna lay this down like that. And then I'm just gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut it. So that it lays under like that. And then we can do this. And we're gonna hide the fact, and I don't know if it's because I had a hard time intertwining them, interlocking them together. And I don't know if it's because they're the same size. Maybe for that type of a feature, you need to have two different sizes, but we're just gonna glue them together. Like right there where the cut is at. And down here. Just so that they stay together. Okay, good, Dawn. I'm thinking it's a pussy willow, so good. All right. And then I'm just gonna take my little dimensionals. Oops, these are the big ones, so I'm gonna have to cut them. And go along the perimeter. And I'm gonna put one there where the cut is. And I'm just gonna put them at the different corners so that it can like pop it up and keep it upright for me. Nothing too much. Stretch that one when I ripped it. All right. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pluck all my papers off. Haven't got the hang of using my pick tool yet, or any tweezers or anything for picking those backs off, but I should probably try and practice with something, because when I cut my fingernails fairly short, then I have a hard time grabbing them. All right, so then I just stuck that on the front, and then I cheated ahead of time. I made my bird. So I stamped a bird. I colored the branch down here with the pecan pie blend, and then I colored my bird with crumb cake, the dark and the light crumb cake, and then pumpkin pie for his breast. And then I took my color lifter, and I'll show you on the next bird. The color lifter, and then I kind of went around on it, and then it sort of bleeds, because I wanted it to kind of bleed out into the rest of the feathers a little bit, so it didn't look quite so strategically colored. So I did leave this, I wanted to show you. So then I'm gonna come through and I'm gonna cut off this berry, because it looks like a Christmas berry. But the stick is still in his mouth, the stem. So I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna cut up where his beak is. Then we're gonna take our stamp, the little pussy willow stamp, in Memento. And we just need part of him. So I'm just gonna do the tip. Don't need any more than that. All the stuff I brought over here didn't bring my cleaner, but that's okay. So then I'm just gonna take my copper clay marker, Stampin' Right marker, and I'm looking at this here, and so I'm just gonna try and color up the little branch a little bit, and then I'm gonna just kind of go around, and this is really dark because like I said, the copper clay is dumbed down. So what we might have wanted to do is take a blender pen. That would have been a better idea. Take a blender pen and dip it in the pad. And then you can make it very light. And I thought I brought one with me today, but I didn't. So I'm just going to add in a couple little like black things to kind of make it look more a little pussy willowish. Then I guess I'm going to try and put a little tiny line on this side. I don't know. We're going to call that good. And then I'm just going to cut it out. And I'm going to cut real close, cut all the white off. Oh, no, that was my sentiment piece. Hopefully it's still long enough. Get that down here. And I'm going to cut up. I'm going to cut this a little bit skinnier, and I'll show you why. I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the stem part. Now you guys, whoever's going to make this, or if you do your own version of it at home, be sure and either, oh, not be sure nothing. You can leave this off. But what I wanted to tell you is because that stick is still showing from in his beak, I want the pussy willow thing to look like it's part of it. So I'm trying to get it right up to where the stick begins so that you can't really see that it's not. It looks like it's all one. Then you can take if your like your black and color it. Everybody needs to have a fine point, super fine point black pen in their stash. 4 times like this when you need to fill that stem in. So then I'm just going to glue that onto front. Put a little bit of glue on his feet, on the stick first so I can get it where I want it. Right in there. Then I'll take a dimensional, what did I do with them? And I'm going to stick one under his body, and that should be good enough. That should keep him. That should keep him in place. And then my sentiment that I used, hopefully, like I say, it's still long enough. I used the Thinking of You Always in a copper clay. Here. I did a reel for you guys today to show you how I come up with these ideas like this. I sketch it out and then I get to making my sample. And then I just tucked it under there. So as you can see, it's too long. So I did have enough paper. I wasn't sure when I cut them exactly what somebody's going to do, because, you know, we encourage using your own ideas. Stick that under. And so somebody might not want it to look like this. So I'm going to put now a piece of dimensional on each end. I like these pieces around the outside because I can cut them any size that I need them. And I'm thinking I know somebody that doesn't use the outside. Julie, is that you? Julie might not use the outside of her. At least maybe on her videos she doesn't. Maybe she uses them for something else. All right, so then we just put that on the front, tuck him under the bird. And then I have these old gems, the brush metallic adhesive backed dots that I thought would look really cool on there. And I used the nickel, maybe. I was wondering how the copper ones would look, but I don't know that they're gonna look okay. Let's get one out and see. Well, they may look all right. We're gonna try them. We're gonna put them on this one. I got enough putty hanging out of here. I have more putty problems than yeah, I don't know if I like the copper ones or not. Well, we used them on this card. All right. So now that's done. And then I just have a white for the inside. And on mine, I put the little pussy willow. That's why I had the, I did have the blending pen for this because I blended the pussy willows on there. But I didn't bring it over. But I'm not so sure if that's my favorite thing to put inside, but we'll go ahead and put a couple inside. Maybe I'll go up the side. I think I didn't like it because I tried to do the corners, and when I went the other direction, it didn't really like match up very well. All right, we're just going to do that. We got an envelope. Let's do a little something. Boy, this copper clay is juicy. It's all running down my lid. We'll put that down the bottom. Let's see if can we go. We'll go one more that direction and see. So that is our first card. Let's glue this down. Again, if I would have brought my blender pen, we could have blended out that a little bit, but you know what? I need my cleaner, so let me grab a cleaner and my blender pen. And then we can just pull out a little bit of the color. And let's see, let's get crazy and go all over the whole thing on here and see what it does. All right, so that's my first card. And like I said, the girls are going to make that on Saturday. Hopefully they don't like the copper because I don't know if I got enough copper. I'll have to look and see. I thought I bought a whole bunch of packs of this because I really liked them at the time. But there's our first card. Oh, I didn't put my Jill on the back, but that's all right. We'll do that another time. So there's our first card that I created for them. And the second card, let me get to it. And the second card, I didn't bring an envelope for this one, but that's not a problem. We can dress up the envelope later. So here's the second card that I did. I don't think I did anything on the, oh, I did. I just stamped the bird in the beige on the inside. So let me show you what we did here. I've got, this one's going to open up and it is 4¼ by 11, 5½, and burnish on your folds. I have a lemon lolly piece that should be on the quarter. So this is 4 by 5¼ I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Uh-oh. Houston, we have another little tiny problem, but let's see. We'll glue this down. So we'll get that piece down. Then I have a 3¾ by 5" piece of the basic beige. And this is where my little problem is. So let me get my machine. I was gonna do this step ahead, but I can't really do just one piece of it. So let's see if I got everything to do it. So we're going to take this piece on that sandwich I told you about with that birch folder. So we've got our base plate, and then we got our folder. And I'm just going to stick this in there kind of anywhere. And then you gotta set it on there and get everything all lined up good. So nothing's hanging off. And wheel it on through. Oh, darn it. I just did that backwards, you guys. Why isn't anybody telling me to stop? All right, we might have to do this again. So let me get my circle. Always cut, then emboss. So let's get this back over here. We need our plate. We need our platform and our thingies. And then we're going to put a circle on here. We're going to cut out a circle. So I'm going to eyeball it because it's just how we're going to run that through. And by cutting after I embossed, you will see the magic of the embossing will be gone. Because it gets smashed down between the rollers. And then it kind of like disappears. So let me see if I can line it up again. Let's see where we were. I went to the top right. Let's see. Did I go to the top right? Did I go to the top left? I thought I went up to the top. I don't know. Who cares, Jill? Just do the dumb thing. Maybe I went over to this side. Oh, I think I went over to this side, you guys. You know what? We're just gonna go with it and put it in here again, see what we get. Because it's not lining back up how I thought it should line up. So easy peasy and all that I stuck it in there. So we're just gonna line it up. All that time I took, I could have just went and cut another one, right? We'll just run it again, see what we get. Oh, looky there. You can't even tell I did it wrong. All right, so let's get this contraption out of the way before we make a knock it off on the floor. All right. So then we're going to kind of hover that there. Then I have that country lace. I have a 3x3 square, and I'm just going to glue that down. Hi, Debbie. You're late. Do you have baseball again tonight? Little League's got to be almost over, I would think. All right, so I'm going to put that about right there. Perfect. I'm going to glue that down. And then we're going to pop it up with some dimensionals. I got these big ones today. They might go further. Look at that. I'm recycling. You guys proud of me? I used that for Derek's birthday card. I had to create my own off the Cricut and off from Google Docs. I had to create my own words and print them out to fit on the front of his card. Volleyball, I Googled volleyball sets. I thought kind of like my friend that jumps horses. I'm always on the search for stamps that have images related to that, like the hat and the little, I don't know what that stick thing is that they kind of like, it's not a whip, but anyway, I'm always looking out for more sets like that so that I can make her cards for her birthday and such. And now I'm on the lookout for volleyball stuff because it is few and far between on people that make volleyball. So I used my Cricut for the most part, and I suppose I could just use the Cricut for the words and such too. But it'd be nice if they had sets of stamps. You know, there's every stinking flower under the sun out there, but not like sportsy ones. And I could use a few more adultish looking sportsy ones. All right, so then I'm just going to pop that up on the front. Then I'll come Saturday. Nobody will make the same mistake as me. We cut, then emboss. And then I've got this piece for the inside. I got 2 pieces of basic white, and we're going to use the bird and the little, it's not really a wreath. What do you call those? A spray, a sprig, a spray, I guess. It's not really a wreath. Maybe that's still called a wreath, being that small. Could still be a wreath. But we're going to use Memento Black. Oh boy, I wasn't very generous with myself on this piece. You guys let me know on Saturday if pieces are too small for you. Get these out of the way. Clean them off. Put the bird over here. Oh, uh-oh. How's my battery low? Hold on. I've had plugged in all day. I'm gonna lose you. What the heck? It's been plugged in all day. How can the battery be low? Oh, and what can I unplug to? Sorry, guys. I'm having trouble with it. Anyway. Oh, I got these. All right, we lost a light, but hopefully it's a okay light. So I got the computer back. All right, computer's plugged in, so we are good. I shouldn't lose you now. I don't think. But I did lose. Maybe I lost you. Let me go over to my Facebook page and see if I'm still showing up live because I lost the, oh, I don't need the bird anymore. I lost the live stream page. But it looks like I'm still live, so I'm going to keep going. Okay. So I got my bird and my little sprig here. And then I have a whole bucket full of markers that I'm going to use, blends. And so let's see. I came in first with I used a retired So Saffron on my bird. Just because I thought that it needed to be, I was trying to copy the bird in the paper. And I thought maybe I needed a little bit darker. So I got my dark and light So Saffron, but then I may have ended up using Lemon Lolly, because see, that one's not even spreading it around. So I might have used Lemon Lolly because that's not working. Ooh, strong. So let me come back over to Lemon Lolly and go back in here with So Saffron. And so I got the dark and the light. And I'm going to put some more dark saffron in there to. Okay. Then I colored the bird with dark smoky slate and light smoky slate. So I'm going to come in with some dark, get his wing back there, get his tail, this wing. So, and I can't see what you guys are saying or any of that good stuff. So sorry, I'll have to check the comments at the end. All right, so try and color this guy quick. Then I have my color lifter, or I'm supposed to have. Left it on the table. And then I just kind of came in and tried to blend it around. Give him a, I'm gonna say a fluffy look, kind of in a way. The color lifter. And then I'm going to take my light lemon lolly. Oh, I'm going to bring my light. This is my light smoky slate. And I'm going to try and come in a little bit more and bring out that. And just try. And this is all I did over and over a bunch of times till I felt that it was like where I wanted it as far as the color and the and in true probably coloring, I should wait between layers and make sure that it's all filling in good. I'm not getting my yellow to drag out like I want it, but we'll call it good. Just because for the sake of time. For the sake of time, for the sake of time. Okay. And I've got a crumb cake I'm going to do for the, or this is pecan pie. I'm going to do for the branch. With a little bit of crumb cake. And then I'm going to, I didn't bring my light. I'm going to just do his beak. It's kind of dark. Let's see if I can lift some of the color out. I'll call that good. Oh, let's do his little feet. Probably should have pulled up a picture more than what I did to get a feel for this. So I'm also going to crumb cake the stick here. Then we're going to lemon lolly up the berries. I'm going to use the dark on the hips. That's the wrong one. Darn it all. Too many colors over here, but that's all right. Dark and the light of our bird. And you can see that my coloring is like changing down here. So just want to fill in that harsh line a little bit. Okay. And then we need to cut that out. And then we've got, I'm gonna go back through with the lemon lolly, do all our berries. We got the dark. And like, I think if this was sort of Christmas time, these would be red. So I was trying to shake it up and not be like a winter look or Christmassy. So we got some yellow berries. Then I got my sea foam, dark and light sea foam. And I'm just coming through on this guy. Let's see, did I get them all? Not sure what that is. We're gonna go light. Up. Oh, this one. Color the stems. Oh, this guy's got a stem. All right. And then we got the light. I'm just gonna go real quick. Kind of back in there to any spots that I missed because I was trying to not color the whole leaf in with the dark. And then my old olive puked out on me, so I had to dig into the Copic stash. So we've got some rando colors here. And I'm just going to color these leaves. Give that stem a little bit of ink. We're going to call that good. I could spend time, but I'm not going to. So that was G99, and then I found a G94 that should complement it fairly okay. Still a little darker than I wanted. Guess I could come through with the color lifter, couldn't I? See if I could pull the. I need to find another Copic chart of Stampin' Up! Colors to Copics. 4 times like this when I run out of. My color ran out and I can't obviously order it by Saturday. Well, I could order it by Saturday, but I'm not going to pay all that shipping for a marker. All right, so we're calling that good. Not quite as light. I wonder, just hang on one second. What was it? I'm going to go over that with the yellow a little bit. Just to give it, lighten it up just a smidge. There, I like that better. All right. Put those back and out of the way. So I can bring this in the way. Oh, my bird, I shouldn't have done. He's a little dark there. So where's my color lifter? That sticks a little bit too dark for the. Oh, okay. That sticks a little too dark. The only bad thing, like if you use your color lifter, is it does tend to kind of bleed out a little bit. There we go. All right. We need a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3. Oh, what was that? Lawrence Welk, I think that was. My dad used to love to watch Lawrence Welk and polka show on Sundays. I had to watch the people polkaing. Probably where I got my commentary from. He used to always talk about all the different people that were like out dancing. I think there was a bunch of regulars, so he'd give us not play-by-plays, but commentary on the different people and their dancing and whatnot. So it's always, Mike hates it when I'm watching TV with him. I'm always telling him, making up my own story to what's going on. I get, will you shut up, quite often. All right, so now this one, because I didn't really leave enough space for the whole thing to go on there, we're gonna have to improvise. I'm hoping, if I'm remembering correctly, when I cut, this one was a leftover piece, and I said, oh, that looks like it'll work. And I stuck it in my kit. All right, let's put our plastic on and give her a wheel. Oh, looks like it's. All right, there we have it. Why am I beeping now? What happened? Something else is going out on me. Bangity bang bang. All right. So then I'm going to bring my card back in. And I'm just going to put this like at an angle. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the frond area thing. And we could trim this around here a little bit where I didn't have enough space, kind of round it off. It's not quite as noticeable that you made it too short if you do that. And I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of my bird. And then I'm just going to kind of tuck that. Probably didn't even need to color that stick that he's on, but we're going to do that. We're going to put that right there. And then I've got a little piece of white. So this is 1 by 1 7/8, and then this would be 1 1/8 by 2. This would be 1 1/4 by 2 1/8. So let's glue all those together. Then this one, we're going to use the Sending Thanks and Much Love stamp. But we're just going to use Sending Thanks. So you can either, I use pebbled path. So you can either take your stamp up to the ink pad and strategically place it on there, missing the bottom row, but then you risk not getting all your words, or you risk touching the bottom row. So you can also, it's quicker, put a Post-it, take it off, and stamp your sentiment. But of course you want to stamp it in the right spot. Two sides to the piece of paper. Let's try it again. We'll go up a little higher. Looks a little better on that side. We'll use it. Throw your Post-it away before it gets all over everything. We'll glue this piece on. And I haven't even talked to you guys. Is everybody having the same cruddy heat? Maybe you guys have already talked about it. Or is it just, it's not just down here in Michigan. I'm sure it's, I just don't know if it's up north, up with Christy and Mom, or over where Julie's at. How far does the heat go? Then I'm going to just tuck that under there a little bit. And glue that down. Let me give it a push. Okay. Then I have my paper for the inside. I have my bird. Where did I put my bird? Do you guys see my bird? Where's my bird stamp? Oh, he's under the label. If I put the labels on, I would have seen him. I know, Debbie. Kathy, if you're watching. Mom, because you put your labels on too. It's hiding under the sheet of labels. All right, so then we're just going to put a bird in the middle. I'm also thinking I don't have an envelope over here, but I'm thinking I'm going to do the same bird on the envelope in basic beige, like that. This one would be really pretty if I did an envelope flap with the paper. That is so pretty. But I didn't because I was afraid I wouldn't have enough paper. I only got one pack of paper, so I wasn't sure if I'd have enough to do all the envelopes as well. So there we go, you guys. There's our second card using the winterly treetops that we're going to use this weekend at Creativity Now. This will be available in the, I believe it's going to be in the fall mini catalog that we'll get. And here is the first card. Can you, let's see. Here's the first card that we made. So that's it. I thank you guys for watching. I'm going to see if I can figure out what I got going on here, because my whole setup looks different. So let's go. I'm not even going to replace the spotlight. I'm just going to leave it right here. I will see you guys again next week on the 25th for my Christmas card, and then on the 26th for my weekly live. And remember, I could be late due to the Vacation Bible School. She thought we'd be done and hopefully home by 7:30. So I'm shooting to have everything done and be able to go on at 8. So I will see you then. And until then, have a great rest of your week and enjoy the weekend. Stay cool. And I'll see you later. Thanks, everybody.